This review is on the movie The Prodigy. I'm the Anger Guy. I'm going to tell you like it is. Director for the film Prodigy was Nicholas McCarthy. Nicholas has struggled for years until receiving his first break into the motion picture industry at the age of 40 with the release of his 2012 feature film, The Pack. The cast consisted of the Bloom family, Taylor Schilling as Sarah, Peter Mooney as John, and Jackson Robert Scott as Miles. The film opens in Ohio, where a young woman escapes from a home where she was held captive. She runs toward the road and gets a woman to stop and help her. The young woman sees that the lady's right hand has been severed off. Holy shit! Meanwhile, in Pennsylvania, a couple named John and Sarah Bloom are heading to the hospital for the arrival of their baby. As Sarah goes into labor, police in Ohio arrive outside the home of Edward Skarka, the man who captured the lady and cut her hand off. Skarka walks outside of his house to surrender to the police officers with something behind his back. As the officers have their guns drawn on him, Skarka raises his hand and he is gunned down. They see he was holding a lady's hand that was cut off. Moments after Skarka dies, the Bloom son Miles is born with blood in the same places where Skarka was shot. As months followed and baby Miles was growing, Sarah was secretly concerned about young Miles' behavior. A few years later, John was becoming skeptical because of Miles' attitude also. So the Blooms continued to keep their eyes on Miles' unsettling manners. At first, Sarah and John did not want to acknowledge their son had any problems. That's typical. They convinced themselves he was just a little precocious or thought his activities would change as he got older. That didn't happen. Spending the most time with Miles and taking him to different doctors, Sarah came to the conclusion that made sense to her. Some unearthly spur may be affecting Miles. John finally totally got on board Sarah when Miles scared the shit out of him while in the car. The good about the film, The Prodigy, is since there is a demon child running around injuring people, and that's scary in itself, it's still a tired genre. How many movies are there out there like that? But the film was better than I thought. Another good quality for me was Taylor Schilling and Jackson Robert Scott did a good job, but there is still great acting that is inside both of them, and it needs to be displayed the next time they have an opportunity. The bad, I blame this directly on the director and the screenwriter. The director should have pushed the actors to do a better job and should have suggested new ideas to the screenwriter. A child hitting another child with a heavy monkey wrench on the head, to me that's jail time, man. Or a residence at a state home, or maybe at least an appointment with a judge. Another point. Since biblical times, when demon spirit or whatever leaves a body, it immediately enters into pigs, another human being, or another creature. Spirits usually can't fly miles over state lines to find a vessel. What the pickles? For me, there was no surprise at the end of the film. My academic rating for this film is C-. Thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you.